All right. Okay, so here we go. It's Tuesday. Get up and go flow. It's the day before inauguration day, the end of an era.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Woohoo!
Did you make
And
that up?
you're the second person to say that, and I'm like, I'm not that clever. That's been going on. Uh, that line has been going on now for 4 years.
Oh, I never heard it.
Well, I'm glad that I could be original for you. All right, I'm going to mute you ladies, not because I don't want to hear from you, but just because if there's background noise, it won't disturb anyone else. Okay, so we continue our exploration of the root chakra, Muladhara Chakra, which, and this is get up and go flow yoga. So, like, wait a second, Abby, how are we going to be doing get up and go flow yoga when this chakra is a slow moving chakra? It's called a tamasic chakra, right? So instead of being full of heat and fire and movement, it's more slow. Like, I've been thinking a lot about a snail, like a snail laying close to the ground and walking, um, kind of like at a snail's pace. But if you think about a snail, and I don't know if you're really familiar with snails. I mean, I'm not particularly familiar with snails, but I've eaten a few of them in my day. But inside that pretty shell is this really translucent but very strong. I mean, that snail is carrying its body and that whole shell slowly along the ground. It's almost like this great big huge muscle. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is firing up muscle, strengthening muscle in a super slow way. Okay, so that's my intention for class today. Please feel free now to sit in a cross-legged position if that's comfortable for you. You might use blocks, blankets, or both to sit on. Please feel free to close your eyes or let your gaze soften down and begin to make some small movements. Notice sound and movement and vibration, smell, sense that are going on around you. Movements to help you settle into this space. Now, we've been talking a lot about the tail, right? I have my cat's tail right here in my hand. Now, cat's tail is lifted and moves, and our tail is in between our buttocks, basically. And it's a triangular fused bone pointing downward, which is one of the symbols of this chakra. And it is in the middle of a 4-petaled lotus, so that might feel like something that you can think about. You might feel like you can visualize a reddish brown mist kind of surrounding your lower body as you're sitting here. And the sound of this chakra is Lam, Lam. So you might like to just sort of quietly say Lam, Lam, Lam to yourself, because everybody's got something that they resonate with more. For me personally, it's sound. Like when I say the word Lam, I can actually feel the area of that first chakra somewhat alerted, somewhat stimulated. But for some people, it's that reddish, brownish mist that you envision. And if visualization isn't something that comes easy to you, I would encourage you to continue to try. The 4-petaled lotus with the downturned triangle also may be a symbol that just resonates for you. So whatever it is, and make sure that in your exploration of beginning to warm up here and just feeling how you're feeling in your body, that you do a little of this back and forth movement, forward and back, so that you might feel that tail in between your legs. Good. Not in between your legs, really in between your butt cheeks, to be quite honest. All right. So please excuse my graphicness here, but it's not between your legs. It's really between your butt cheeks. Good. And I can definitely identify that firm, bony landmark And if that's working for you, that's great. And if it's not, maybe once again, if imagining is something that works well for you, you can imagine that you feel that. All right, but we've got to get up and go. So from that centered space, find that place in between your two sitting bones and start to lift up from there. Imagine that the top of your head is really flat to the ceiling, and you're lifting up from the base of your seat all the way to the top of your head. And check in with your shoulders and start to deepen your breath. Long inhales through the nose, long exhales through the nose. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Take the next moment to create an intention for your practice today. And that could have something to do with slowing down your movements and being stronger in your movements. It may have nothing to do with anything that I said before. And but don't go searching too far for an intention. It's right there in front of you. Breath in and breath out. We'll begin with the sound of Om, chanting once, chanting with me or just listening, inhaling. Om. Good. All right, let's come right away into a tabletop position. So move things off to the side. And we're going to use some very small muscles here as we do our cow and cat from the tail. So we're going to inhale and lift that tail, let the middle back sink down, the upper back sink down as you lift your chin. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to tilt your tail in between your legs. You're going to begin to pull the navel in. That's your Uddiyana Bandha. And then start to round up through the spine and bring the chin in last. So your tail is moving you. Inhaling to lift your tail, start to let the lower back sway down, the mid back hang down, the upper back arch down, and lift the chin. And exhale, bring the tail between the legs. And you're going to be using some serious muscle there. Those gluteal muscles, the pelvic floor muscles, the lower abdominal muscles to help that tail move. Good. Let's do one more. Inhaling to lift that tail, slowly, slowly, slowly lifting the chin. Exhale, pull that tail between the legs. Use those muscles to work that tail as you round up. Good. All right. Then come back into a neutral and rock the hips gently from side to side. So let there be some ease now. Open the mouth, move the jaw around. Great. Then walk your fingertips forward and tuck your toes under and lift up into down dog. Start first with your knees a little bit bent, push the floor away. And then inhale and lift up onto your toes. Take the whole exhale to lower your heels closer to the floor. Take the whole inhale to lift up onto your toes. So rolling onto the balls and then onto the tips of those toes. And then exhale, reach your seat back and slowly bring your heels closer to the floor. And then one more time. Inhaling to lift up onto the toes and exhale to lower back down. Then inhale and come forward into plank. We take that whole inhale to get there. Take the whole exhale to slowly reach back to downward facing dog. Inhale, Come forward to plank, slowly coming forward, because that's a long inhale. Long exhale, lifting the seat up and reaching back to down dog. And one more time, slow inhale. Watch yourself moving slowly, slowly, slowly. Still inhaling to plank. And then slowly, slowly, slowly exhaling back to downward facing dog. And then just take a second to evaluate how that all felt. Your arms might feel a little more tired than they normally do, moving that way. Inhale, coming forward again to plank. And as you exhale, find your way into a wide knee child's pose. So knees come as wide as your mat, reaching your seat back. Reach your hands all the way out in front of you. Kind of pull your fingertips forward. Lift your elbows off the floor as you gently press your chest downward. Take a deep breath. Then as you exhale, start to walk your hands all the way over to the right side. So as you walk your hands to the right side, you begin to feel some spiraling happening from the inside of your left underarm out and then down and around perhaps towards your left hip. Your forehead could be resting on the mat, connecting your third eye to the floor. So letting that be part of your experience of this root chakra. Breathing in and breathing out. Take another breath. And then as you exhale, you'll start to walk your hands back into center. Reach them far forward. See if you can get a little bit further than you did before. Take a deep breath in. And then like a little crab crawling on the sand, walk your hands over to the left side. Good. And when you get there, sort of seeing if you can find that similar sensation going down the inside of the underarm, all the way spiraling out towards the torso, maybe down towards the hip. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling. One more. As you exhale, slowly walk your hands back into center, no rush, right? And then inhale and slide forward to lie down on your belly in a prone position. Roll the shoulder blades gently down your back and bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Take a moment to rock the hips gently from side to side. And then find your way into the center and gently press your hips down into the floor. If it feels comfortable for you in your feet, press the tops of your feet into the floor as well. Sometimes that will produce a little cramping sensation. So if it does, relax it and don't worry about it. But more importantly, pressing the hips downward. So as you do that, in between your tail there, you may find that your gluteal muscles kind of surround your tailbone. Take a deep breath in and glide your shoulder blades down your back. And with an exhale, start to push your chest up just a little bit. You'll be looking at the floor underneath your nose for a small cobra position. Hold here, breathe here, and then release back down. Rock the hips gently, release and relax. Rocking the hips gently. And then coming back into the center, pressing the hips down, maybe the toes as well. Taking a breath in to glide the shoulder blades down the back. As you exhale, push up into your hands and lift more for a medium cobra now. As your medium cobra, you might begin to feel a little distress in your lower back. So make sure that those gluteal muscles are highly contracted. Release back down. Rock the hips gently, side to side, breathing in, breathing out. And then once again, coming back into the center, pressing the hips down, maybe pressing the toes down, beginning to feel the gluteal muscles firing up, inhaling to glide those shoulder blades down the back as these elbows stay close to your body. You're going to press up, maybe even all the way up to a king cobra. Now, as you do that, you want to make sure that your elbows are maybe just a tiny bit bent, especially if you have a tendency to have hyperextensive elbows. And make sure that those gluteal muscles are super contracted so you're not getting any pinching in the lower back. Find your way now to a closed knee child's pose for one big breath. And then exhale, come into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, start to pedal your feet, and slowly walk your feet towards the front of the mat. You'll probably exhale as you continue to walk. Give yourself a little space between your feet, and if you have yoga blocks, grab your yoga blocks and bring them towards the front of your mat. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, taking the longest exhale as possible, you slowly roll back up, rounding up. You might breathe in and breathe out as you continue to roll up. Okay. Inhale, lift the arms out and up. And exhale, swan dive over the legs. Inhale to step the left foot back. And as you step that left foot back, look at your right foot. Lift your right toes. Open out those right toes as wide as possible. And if possible, bring your right big toe down first. Then slowly let the other toes come down. If you have a block, grab that for underneath your left hand and inhale to lift the right arm out and up for your low lunge twist. Slowly exhale and bring your right hand back down. Taking that slow inhale to lift that right arm back out and up. The whole exhale to lower it back down. One more time. Inhale to lift the right arm out and up. And exhale, lower back down. If you have another block, bring your hand onto the other block and begin to straighten the right leg. Take the whole inhale to bend the right knee forward. Take the whole exhale, grounding that foot into the floor as you straighten the right leg. Inhale to bend. Exhale and straighten. And one more time. Inhale to bend. And exhale to straighten. Inhale, rebend. And exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale to your flat back. Lengthen your arms alongside your torso, reaching the top of the head forward. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and lift up. And exhale, bring your hands into prayer at heart center. Close your eyes for a moment and feel your feet underneath you. Lift your toes so the balls of your feet are on the floor. Open out those toes as wide as you can. Bring the big toes down. Take a breath in. As you exhale, if they aren't already, lower the other toes down. Inhale, lift arms out and up. Exhale, take that whole exhale to swan dive over the legs. Take the whole inhale to step the right foot back. If you have a block, right hand will come onto a block. Look at those left toes, lift them, bring the big toe down first, then the other toes. Then take the whole inhale to lift the left arm out and up. Take the whole exhale to bring that left hand back down. Inhale, lift that left arm out and up. Exhale, bring the left hand back down. One more time. Inhale to lift the left arm out and up. Exhale, bring the left hand back down. If you have two blocks, both hands on blocks now, start to straighten the left leg. Take the whole inhale to rebend the left knee, reaching the top of the head forward. Take the whole exhale to straighten through the left leg. Inhale to rebend. Exhale to straighten. And again, inhale to bend. And exhale to straighten. Inhale and bend. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Move your blocks to the side and inhale, lifting up to a flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and lift up. Exhale, hands come back into prayer at heart center. Close your eyes or let your gaze be soft. And lift your toes off the floor. Press your thumbs gently into your sternum. Open out those fingertips as wide as you can. And bring the big toes down. Notice how that shifts your positioning, and then let the other toes come down and notice how that feels in your grounded, rooted foundation. Take the whole inhale, lifting arms out and up. Take the whole exhale to swan dive over the legs. Inhale, step the right foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, bring your knees to the floor. Inhale and untuck your toes. And then exhale, with your elbows hugging by your side, we slowly lower the rest of the way down. Inhale to glide your shoulder blades back. And as you exhale, take the whole exhale, either to lift to small, medium, or large cobra, or even to supported plank, your choice. but take that whole exhale to make the decision. Breathe in. Exhale back into child's pose. Take one long inhale here. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Take the whole inhale to lift your right leg up. Take the whole exhale to bring the right foot between your hands. Inhale, lift your hips higher. And exhale, step your left foot forward as you fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and lift up. And exhale, hands come back into prayer, heart center. Inhale, lift arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees to the floor. Inhale, untuck your toes. Exhale, elbows hug by your side, lowering the whole exhale slowly down. Inhale, glide your shoulders down your back and begin to contract the gluteal muscles. As you exhale, slowly push up to your choice, small, medium, high, cobra, up dog, supported plank, any one of those, and then press back slowly to child's pose. One big breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take the whole inhale to lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Help it get there. Inhale to your fingertips and exhale, step the right foot forward as you fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and up. And exhale, hands back into prayer at heart center. Start to pour your weight into your right foot. And before you do anything, lift your right toes. Then bring the big toe down first if possible, and then the other toes down. Then inhale to lift your left knee forward and up. Exhale, take the whole exhale to slide your left foot all the way back to the end of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up for high lunge. Take your whole exhale to transition and open up to warrior two. Keep everything where it is as you inhale and flip your palms and reach back for peaceful warrior. Take the whole exhale to bring hands down to frame your front foot. Inhale to plank. Exhale, either drop your knees first or stay in plank as you slowly bend your elbows by your side. Take the longest possible time to get down to the floor. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades down the back and decide how you want to lift up. Could be small, medium, or large cobra, could be up dog, it could be supported plank. Take the exhale to reach back to child's pose. One big breath. Exhale slowly back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Inhale, lifting your hips higher. Exhale, step the left foot forward as you fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and lift up. And exhale, bring hands back into prayer at heart center. Start to pour your weight into your left leg, bringing your right toes to the floor, knee bends. Lift your left toes off the mat, and if possible, bring the big toe down first, and then the other toes. Inhale and start to lift your right knee up. Take the whole exhale to take that right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift up for high lunge. Take that whole exhale to shift your right foot and open out the arms wide for warrior two. Inhale, reach back for peaceful warrior, keeping the foundation of your legs exactly where it was. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot. Inhale to plank. You can drop the knees, or remember, we're gonna lower down super duper slow. So get yourself psyched up for it, because it takes a little bit, right? Pull the navel to the spine, breathing in, and exhale. Elbows hug by your sides as you slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Think about where you want to lift up. Inhale and roll the shoulders down the back, and exhale, lift up slowly into whatever it is. Squeeze those glutes. Press back, child's pose for one big breath. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Take the whole inhale to lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Inhale to your fingertips, and exhale, step the right foot forward, fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep arms out and up. And exhale, bring your hands back into prayer at heart center. Pour your weight into your right leg. Inhale, lift your left knee forward. As you exhale, open your left knee out to the side and bring your left foot anywhere, including the toes on the floor. That feels like a nice solid place for you to be in a tree pose. Close your eyes. Feel the movement of your tree with your eyes closed. Notice what happened to your breath as you struggle to keep your tree stable. So breathe in, breathe out. As you steady your breath, do you notice that your tree becomes more stable too? Good. Inhale to lift that left knee back up. Exhale, shoot the left toes back. Inhale, lift up for high lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, reach back, peaceful warrior. So let those arms move as slowly as the rest of you. Exhale, hands down. Think about how you're going to want to lower down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lowering super, super slowly. Good. Inhale, glide the shoulder blades down the back, and exhale, squeeze those glutes as you lift up. And exhale, child's pose. One big breath, like a snail, moving slowly. Exhale all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring that right foot between the hands. Inhale to your fingertips, and exhale, bring that left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep arms all the way out and lift up. And exhale, hands back into prayer at heart center. Pour your weight into your left leg. Inhale and lift your right knee up. As you exhale, open the right knee out to the side and place your right foot, including on the toes on the floor. So I like to remind people, the purpose of tree is at the hip, the external rotation of the hip. So please do not feel like your foot has to be way up on your leg. Close your eyes. And once again, experience the sudden instability that happens in your tree. Once again, notice what happens to your breath when you begin to feel unstable. Then take a deep breath in. And that slow exhale out. And see if that helps you to stabilize your tree. Breathing in. Breathing out. Press your thumbs into your sternum for a little additional grounding into your heart chakra. Know that you're stable. Then inhale, lift that right knee up and into center. And as you exhale, shoot your right toes back. Inhale, high lunge. Slowly moving those arms to open out into warrior two as you exhale. Nice, everyone. Inhale, reach back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot. Inhale to plank. Taking the whole exhale to slowly lower down. Inhale, gliding the shoulder blades down the back, and exhaling, lifting up. Breath in. Exhale to child's pose. One big breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Inhale, lifting hips higher. Exhale, step the right foot forward, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep arms out and up. And exhale, arms by your side. Inhale, lift arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, plank. Exhale, table. From your table, inhale to lift the right arm out and up. Exhale, scoop underneath you to the left side. Then inhale again to lift that right arm out and up, pushing that left hand away. And exhale, scoop underneath again. One more time. Inhale to lift out and up. And exhale, just bring your hand back to the floor. Inhale to lift the left arm out and up. And exhale, round underneath you to the right side. Inhale to lift that right arm out and up. Exhale again to scoop underneath. And one more time. Inhale to lift. And exhale back to table. Keep your knees where they are. And start to walk your hands forward as you bring your chest to the floor. So exposing the tail, opening up the root chakra as you let your heart chakra and your sixth chakra come down towards the floor. So make sure that your hips are directly over your knees as you reach your chest down towards the floor for Anahata Asana. And if you're not comfortable here after a bit, please feel free to come into a wide knee child's pose. Good. Find your way now into a wide knee child's pose if you aren't already there. Bringing your knees almost as wide as the mat and coming to reach your seat back. And if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, please feel free to come to lie down on the mat facing down. Take a moment to rest your arms and just bring your hands underneath your forehead to let the shoulders relax a bit. Begin to walk your hands back towards you and slide your legs out in front of you. If you have a yoga block, grab your yoga block. Bring your feet together with your knees apart. Fold your left knee over the right knee and take that left knee out to the side. shift your right shin into the center and grab your yoga block. And if you're not used to doing a pigeon pose from this position, bring the block in front of your right knee, maybe even on the highest height, and bring your forearms forward and press, for today, press the palms into the floor. As you hold this, if you don't feel a whole lot happening in the right leg, you can always slide the block towards the center of the shin and maybe even bring the block to a lower level. Bring your arms once again so that their forearms are on the floor with the palms facing down. So think about your favorite manifestation of the earth. You may be somebody who really deeply connects with the beach, for example. So you might feel as if your hands are moving through the sand. If you prefer grass, you might feel like you're on a beautiful lawn. You can just run your fingertips through the grass. You might like more sort of rocky or pebbly kind of earth. You might be someone who likes to work with clay. Think about the sensation of mud underneath your fingers. So lots of different things that I can think of. Maybe there are more that I'm not thinking of, but just kind of, you know. Good. Feel your body just melting into whatever it is, whether it's the beach or the grass or the earth. Then begin to slide your hands back underneath your shoulders, gently lift, and as seamlessly as possible, take that left leg back over the right and slowly shift so that the right knee goes behind, the left shin is in front, and place the block where you need it on this side. It might start with in front of the knee. You might find that you are ready to slide it in towards the center. That's also a nice option. Placing the hands downward, allowing your body to just melt down into the floor. Open the mouth, move the jaw around. Connect with your breath. And notice or bring back into your awareness the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice today. Take 2 more breaths here. Begin to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, lifting the chest. Come to slowly find your way to lie down, setting yourself up into a bridge pose. So ankles will be underneath the knees, giving yourself about 2 fist distance between your feet. But before we lift up, our hips. Lift your toes again off the floor, pressing the balls of the feet into the floor. Try to open your toes out as wide as possible, and then if possible, bring your big toes down to the floor first. Notice the sensation that that creates, and then slowly let the other toes come down. Breathe in, and as you exhale, you'll start to lift the hips up. Begin to squeeze the gluteal muscles in towards each other as you hold your bridge. Long inhales through the nose, long exhales through the nose. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower hips back down. Keep the knees bent. Touch the knees together. Heel toe your feet wider apart, maybe as wide as your yoga mat. And feel that space in between your buttocks, where that coccyx tail is. Hold here, breathe here. Slowly let your knees fall to one side. So I'm not cueing you, so take your time letting your knees fall to one side and let your chin turn away from the knees. Then come back through center and switch, slowly moving. As you continue to slowly move, think about how you would like to be set up for your resting pose, your Shavasana. Maybe a traditional Shavasana, but I would encourage you to use your blocks and place them underneath your calves or underneath your knees to encourage a weightlessness around the hip chakra, the lower chakra area. So if that feels good, please do that. Giving yourself another moment to settle into this position. Check in the eyes, the jaw, the shoulders. Bring your hands anywhere that would feel like a grounded position. So palms facing down is more grounded. If you have a blanket or a towel, you might like to place that over your hips. Notice your breath. And I'll be chanting the sound of Lam to you for this Shavasana. If you would like to start chanting it to yourself, please feel free to. I don't know if the vibration comes across very well over Zoom. So the sound is very simple. It's just Lam. And as you chant it, you may feel some vibration happening in your lower chakra. So you're muted, so please feel free to explore that sound. Taking an easy breath in. Lam, 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 lam. 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 Take a deep breath in. Start to make small movements, wiggling fingers and toes. Circle at the wrists and ankles. Gently hug your knees in towards your chest. And do a little rocking movement from side to side. Take your time to roll to one side, whichever side you prefer. And on your side, take a moment to appreciate the effort that you put into your practice. Even if it seemed really slow, feel the benefits of that slow practice in your body. If you prefer to stay lying down, please do, or find your way into your seated position, allowing your eyes to close or your gaze to soften down. Bring your hands over your heart in some way. Take this last moment to be very grateful to yourself for showing up for your practice. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. We'll seal the practice with the sound of Om, chanting once, taking an easy breath in. Om. Thank you all so much. Namaste.